Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Wow. I don't know where the heck to start with this. Lucha Underground, Season 3, Episode 37, Number 1 of the Final 4 of Season 3. It's Ultima Lucha Tres, Part 1 review, folks. I'm flying solo tonight. I wish Chris Phoenix was here. Hopefully he could join me next week, and hopefully he can give me just a few quick thoughts next week on what he thought of tonight's show, because I was dying to hear his responses to what did you think of Part 1 of Ultima Lucha Tres. He messaged me a few things, but I'm gonna save it for next week. I'm gonna save it for next week because I don't want to spoil that for you, or I just want him to be able to relay it to himself, to you, to me, to the fans. Number one, we got two matches. Okay, we got the Famous B versus Tejano, and then we got the All Out War match between Killshot and Dante Fox. So in that sense, I was pleasantly surprised that we did not get the typical, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but I just mean the typical 3-match episode that we're used to getting for Lucha Underground. So that makes me wonder how they're going to fit everything into the last few episodes, unless they make like the last episode a 2-hour one. But before I get into this stuff, I'm going to quick go over what we're expecting to see next week. Next week we are getting, which will be part 2 of Ultima Lucha Tres. We are getting Ivelisse versus Katrina. And I can't, like I said in my predictions, I can't wait to see that. That's been, the Katrina attacked Ivelisse last time, and so I can't wait to see Ivelisse get some revenge next week. I'm expecting that, but on the like I said, on the supernatural side of it, you never know what's going to happen in Lucha Underground. Could get stoned, and no, I don't mean stoned. Like the second match, we are getting. Now this came out of nowhere, because this was not brought out in the week before when they started talking about all the final matches. Excuse me. Oh, allergies. Doggone it. A match for a unique opportunity battle royal with I think it was like 12 or 13 guys here. We got London, Saltador, and Mala Suerte, the Rabbit Tribe. Argenis, Cortez Castro, Son of Madness, Vinny Massaro, hey Vinny, the Mac, Joey Ryan, Ricky Mundo. Still gotta work on that name change. PJ Black, Masquerita Sagrada, and from season 1 and 2, coming back to surprise everyone, Pimpinella is coming back. Pimpy! That'll be interesting to see her. Last time I saw her was on AAA somewhere within the last month. I saw a clip of her celebrating 20 years or 25 years in the business, something to that effect. And then Kevin Cross came in the ring and killed her. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So he certainly did not appreciate the fanfare for that. It's just hilarious. And then we are getting the third match we are getting 3 matches next week. We're also getting in the main event Phoenix versus Marty the Moth Martinez in the hair versus mask match. Cannot wait for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm sure Melissa Santos will be emotionally at ringside along with Mariposa. So yeah, lots to look forward to next week. I'm sure some good wrestling along with a good dose of comedy, knowing that the Rabbit Tribe is going to be there, and Joey Ryan, and Pimpy and Masquerita Sagrada. So yeah, it will be entertaining to say the least. All right. So let's talk about these matches a little. Like I'm flying solo tonight, so it's not going to be as long as I usually go. But here we go. The Infamous Incorporated. That's what I could not remember in my predictions. The company that Famous B is the owner and CEO of, Infamous Incorporated, the entertainment company, fighting for the entertainment contract of Tejano, if you will, in a handicap match because he's got a broken arm. Which come to, I'm sure, a lot of people's surprise, or maybe you're not surprised, just knowing Dario Cueto and how he can twist things. It actually does become an actual handicap match, not just because Famous B is in a cast, along with beautiful Brenda with her arm in a sling and probably also in a cast and squealing at ringside so wonderfully. The match becomes Famous B, along with the announcement of, I wish I could do it, Dr. Wagner Jr. That's my best Famous B impression you're going to get tonight, folks. It's versus Tejano. So in a typical 2-on-1 handicap match, absolutely, it was so fun. It's with it, and I mentioned this briefly, not on here, but on the Rambling About Wrestling podcast, in the passing of Bobby the Brain Heenan, Weasel, the passing of the brain. There are very few today that could be considered, I would say, knocking it out of the park as far as managers. In today's professional wrestling world, it is a lost art. It truly is. There used to be just a plethora of characters, of managers, or even valets, like Miss Elizabeth. And there's so few and far between. And the ones that are out there now, some of them are just like, okay, no, I am not knocking Dutch Mantel, but I never got that vested in his character. I always thought it was I don't know. It was just me. I'm sure there's a lot of people that loved, Dutch Mantel, but and when he was with Swagger, but there are some that just I truly think in the highest compliment that I could pay, guys like Stokely Hathaway and Famous B are absolutely knocking it out of the park. And that's not knocking Famous B's wrestling. You know, he did wrestle in this match, you know, but just his whole character, everything he portrayed in this match, from from the selling to the bumps he took. I mean, everything. His mic work was just. I've never seen anything better out of Famous B. He was completely 100% entertaining. I had a blast watching him. Fans wanted to see him get his butt kicked, and yet I think a lot of fans also wanted to see him pull out a win. He's been trying, you know, and that's part of the storyline. He's been trying to, you know, get that client train going. He had Dr. Wagner at the end of Ultima Lucha Dos last year. Excuse me. And, you know, and that was a pleasant surprise, I'm sure, for a lot of people, including me, because I had never seen that. That was my introduction to Dr. Wagner. Now, I've seen a couple matches since. I've seen the unmasking at Triple Mania 25, which happened just a month or so ago-ish, you know. And that match with come on, Psycho Clown. Sorry. That match with Psycho Clown was so good. It's probably one of the best matches you're going to see this year. And then to see him, I was like, okay, so, you know Famous B is going to try to pull out something. So I was hoping we were going to get some kind of surprise. And we did. So I was very happy to see Dr. Wagner show up in Famous B's corner. And to have Vampiro also give that little history lesson on Tejano's past with Dr. Wagner, as Dr. Wagner was cutting his teeth in the industry, Tejano was literally growing up at the side of his father, watching Dr. Wagner. Said something to the effect of, yeah, remembering how much he was like mistreated by Dr. Wagner in the locker room or something. I thought that was hilarious. So, all the more to put over Dr. Wagner as the heel in this, and Tejano was the babyface. So, and that just, put that over even more. A good wrestling match. Some very comical spots. I did not get the finish I had mildly predicted with the whole cast, saying that Famous B's cast was going to be the deciding factor in this, as in he's going to get a cast across the head or something, a la Orton from the golden era of wrestling. But it was still a great match. He lost the cast, and what also immediately comes to mind is beautiful Brenda at ringside whining about how what's the word she used, crippled, something to that effect. I'm so crippled. I can't do the whiny little squeaky voice. If Chris Phoenix was here, he could do it. I can't do it. But yeah, and then her seducing Tejano at the end, and Famous B rolling him up, of all things, feet on the rope. Oh man, that was entertaining, to say the least. I loved it. I wanted Famous B to win. And then we got the official proof. We got the proof on social media. Famous B shared the first picture of Infamous Incorporated with Tejano as a client. Let me tell you, if I'm gonna just quick slide into something else very quickly as I'm thinking about after I do this. I'm gonna be watching Victory Road on this week's Impact episode for Global Force Wrestling, and knowing that Tejano is now on Impact, now more than ever, I would love to see Famous B. I can take, or I can give beautiful Brenda, if we at least got Famous B alongside Tejano to back up this particular moment in professional wrestling history / television history, to go alongside of what's going on. And then somewhere in the future, if at the next set of tapings, if the AAA guys are still involved on Impact, we get Famous B newly at the side of, because it's not that far away. We're in September, and we got just a month. Excuse me. Oh my God, it's one of those days. We get a month away from Bound for Glory, and then the next big set of tapings. If we got Famous B and Tejano, Famous B on Impact would be absolutely priceless. And that's not to say that I don't think Lucha Underground is going to come back. I'm just saying it would be a great the including of Famous B at Tejano's side on Impact would be great. Okay, I would love to see more of it. So, spread the word. Make hashtag Infamous Incorporated on Impact trend. That'd be awesome. I don't think little old me could get something to trend, but hey, stranger things have happened. I got a wonderful woman to marry me, so who knows? So yeah, we get Famous B winning this handicap match. Props to everyone. The whole match, top to bottom, tremendous. And then, like I said, we got the card for next week. Went over that real quick. Wanted to get that out of the way. The Hell of War match between Killshot and Dante Fox. 2 out of 3 falls. First blood, no DQ, and then the medevac. I sincerely don't know where to start with this. This match was so good. It had so many cringe-worthy moments with with blood. It was just the best spot off the top of my head from this match that just absolutely gave me chills after it happened is when almost calling by his real name. No, it's kayfabe here. Killshot gave Dante Fox an AA of sorts off the, was it the second or top rope? I forget which one it was, to the outside of the ring where Dante Fox landed on the stretcher and then bounced off onto the floor where he had just gone through the glass. Or no, it wasn't glass. Was it glass? It was either glass or he had just gone through. No, he had just gone through the barbed wire, big, huge panel board, whatever. And the camera zoomed in on the stretcher after he had bounced off of it. The one end was completely full of blood, and there were like little chunks of flesh laying there on the stretcher where he bounced off of it. I was like, oh my God, these guys. Tremendously brutal. Tremendously brutal. Absolutely unbelievable. Dante Fox winning the first blood after Killshot went through that first pane of glass. My wife was sitting next to me as I'm watching this, and as the whole thing just shattered, it didn't shatter like old school glass. It shattered like what did my wife call it? Oh, she goes, that's candy glass or something to that effect. She looks down, she's playing with her game, and then they zoomed in on Killshot's back as he was slowly getting up, and I paused it and I was like, honey, look at his back. And she was like, I was like, yeah, I don't think it matters what kind of glass it was. His back is tore up. So yeah, between that, the what's that other move? It was on the apron. Killshot was laying on the chair, sticking out from the apron. Dante Fox runs along the one railing across to the ring, which looked like a 10-foot jump, and then dropped the leg on him, and they both just crumbled to the floor. Just it was moves like that. The going through the glass. What was another one? Killshot jumping off the railing while Dante Fox was on the stretcher and just about to get up, and he did like a double stomp on him, which collapsed the whole thing down. And then the very end, where Dante Fox and Killshot were on the bandstand above the entrance, and choking out Killshot hitting Dante Fox with the bottle, and Fox then falling off, going through several levels of hell all in one big blow. The glass hitting the table, which was on chairs, and it was like several tables and that huge pane of glass. And just the silence and awe from the crowd after that was deafening. I'll say it again. The silence from the crowd was deafening. I mean, you heard people like lose their mind, and then there was just nothing. They were just complete. Just they knew that had to be it, because they couldn't, as a crowd, like take like it was Vampiro or Stryker said, they just couldn't. They couldn't take any more, but they couldn't turn away. This is one of the best hardcore type matches I've seen in a long time. Props to both guys who absolutely killed themselves out there, practically. And for us, the fans, I'm sure the ones who watched it last night, who were there, had absolute goosebumps reliving all of it. Even if it was over a year later, reliving it, and especially because everything was all, in your face then, on TV. You know, you're sitting on the other side of the temple watching it all happen, and now it's on the screen, and you get that close-up of Killshot's back just covered in glass and dripping in blood. And it just... I can't even imagine what it was like as a fan there. I'm very jealous, you know, in a way. It's so man, it just that whole episode was so fun and just left me in awe. And like you said, that's only night one, folks. It's only night one. I don't think next week is going to be quite as insane, but or as brutal, but I'm sure we'll be just as fun with what's coming. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Just wow. Just thank you, Lucha Underground. I already know, no matter what matches are on what episode for this last 4 episodes of season 3, will not disappoint. So that's going to do it for this one. Oh, and Killshot won the match. If I didn't say that, I apologize. Well, who won? Killshot. He carrying Dante Fox after plummeting through the glass and all the tables, picked him up, put him over his shoulder, and ever so gingerly putting him in the medevac truck to be taken away. And like I said, the crowd was just in awe after that. And you know, and we hear one other thing as I was rewatching it today and taking my notes. When we're watching WWE or Impact or anything for that matter, and I'm not knocking any particular crowd, okay? I'm just saying generally, I think we hear the chant, "This is awesome," way too much. That used to be a thing where we heard that maybe a couple times a year, if that. Now it seems like we hear it every week or every other week. We heard it during this episode tonight, and it felt like one of the most genuine "this is awesome" chants that I've heard in a long time. Not saying that people didn't appreciate the match or whatever matches I've heard it from recently. It's just when I watch certain matches, and just because it goes on longer than 5 minutes and people are happy about it, does not mean it's awesome. Okay? And with that, I'll end this one. Thank you for watching, folks. This episode made me very proud to be a Lucha Underground fan, as I have been for the last 3 seasons. Absolutely. Hopefully we'll get Chris Phoenix back next week. Thank you for watching. If you like the content on this channel, like my videos, give it a like, give it a sub, share it with your friends, and ring that little bell. Ring my bell. No, I'm not going to sing this song. Get another copyright thing. Your video contains copyright content. Whatever. I'm sexier than ABBA anyways. Thanks for watching.